Hey there everyone, this is the Snake 383. Welcome back to Megaman Legends. Today we're going to enter the subgate in the Clozer Woods.
Here we go!
Anytime you want to leave the subgate in the Clozer Woods, just talk to Roll again and she'll take you back down. Also, right here, I spent a lot of time trying to find the music machine. And apparently it's either that panel right there, or otherwise it's really small. It's just a little feature that I wanted to point out. I suggest that you take the blade arm for the next few minutes, because later we're going to get to a part that's going to be impossible to pass unless we have the powered buster. Make sure that you have the blade arm fully maxed out as well, because you're going to encounter a whole lot of reaver bots that'll fight you up close. This subgate is also the penultimate subgate as well, right before we have to enter the main gate.
Are you okay?
The door that Roll wants you to enter is right behind the elevator. So it's definitely not this one.
Not that one. The door behind you.
Also, once you drop down here, there's no way you're going to be able to get back out, because eventually we're going to have to restore all power to the ruins.
I can't get any readings of that room, Megaman. My monitor's completely blank. Take a look around and let me know what you see.
The only thing that you can check out is the console at the front of the room.
Can you see a switch anywhere?
I don't see any switches, but there's some writing here. Let's see. It says, Operations Room 2. Emergency system activation requires direct password input from Eden, or the insertion of 3 level 2 or higher prototype Anthro unit ID cards.
What's a prototype Anthro unit? I've never heard of that before. Well, whatever that is, you need 3 ID cards, right? If we're lucky, you'll be able to find them inside there.
Just a little bit of trivia to show you how well this game's localization went, aside from some examples of PS1 era voice acting. In the original Japanese version, prototype Anthro units are known as original Hito units. And Hito is Japanese for person, or people. There are a couple of other small touches that make the localization of this game really nice, but those aren't going to be revealed until much later towards the end of the game. So as Roll said, instead of having to find 3 keys, we're going to have to find 3 ID cards instead to activate the main gate. Also, the Clozer Woods Subgate holds one of the most powerful weapons in the game, so every bit of Zenny is worth collecting to upgrade it. Right here, don't forget to enter the East exit, or else you're gonna miss out on some money. And of course, you'll also miss out on some important buster upgrade parts. But the telelens can be used in conjunction with another part to create the sniper scope, which will do what else? Increase Megaman's range. I just wish that you could customize your Buster more. Because, I mean, this is similar to what I thought about Mega Man Battle Network 2. I wanted to be able to fully customize Mega Man in every way, from appearance to weapons, everything. And as long as you have the jump springs activated, you'll be able to get back onto that gigantic ledge in no time at all. Be careful of these doll Reaver bots, because they'll lunge at you and explode. Also, make sure that you check out every single hole in this room, because there's a lot of money that can be gained from investigation. And our friend from underneath the Lake June Subgate is back. Just use your blade arm, and you'll be able to knock him off his feet. I have to say that this room in the Clozer Woods Subgate can get very confusing, because there are some subtle differences in between the ledges right here. The first time I played this game, I got lost when I was in the Clozer Woods Subgate, because this room and a couple of other parts really bugged the heck out of me. The first ID card will be found on the upper edge in the northern part of this room. And the antique bell is just another thing that you can donate to the museum. There's nothing special about it. It'll get you one step closer towards creating the best weapon in the game, and easily the most broken.
Did you find something, Mega Man?
I think I found an ID card.
Good going.
I'll go back to that control room once I found the others.
Investigate the west side of the room, and you'll be able to get one of the most powerful weapons of the game. At least the part necessary to create it, as opposed to having to find 3. By now you should have exhausted every nook and cranny of this room. So all we have left to do is head into the center at the northern part of the room. And this room right here is the very sole reason why I chose to take the blade arm with me. Because this room is full of these Reaver bots that carry shields around and hide behind them. It's possible to get rid of their shield or knock them down using the regular Mega Buster, but why would you want to do that when you have a weapon that does it for you? It also helps to upgrade your Mega Buster to its maximum potential, so you'll be able to easily take these Reaver bots down with a couple shots. Upcoming right here is the very room that left me confused for days. Unless you become accustomed to checking everything out with a circle button, you're not going to know that that purple thing at the eastern part of the room is the generator that you've been looking for. So of course you're going to want to activate it, so all the elevators will get going again. Now that we've finally restored all power to the Clozer Woods Subgate, we're going to get access to the final ID card. And it's not going to be very easy to obtain. Keep going straight down this hallway, and you'll be able to get back into the portal ruins. If you don't enter the store straight ahead, you're going to miss out on one of the parts needed to create another very powerful weapon. And of course, It's locked behind 2 walls that you couldn't access earlier. So just jump inside this crevice, and you'll get the ancient book. So for now, head back inside the Clozer Woods Subgate. We're not going to be revisiting this area until much later, because we still don't have the weapon necessary to take out these walls. I think that any person new to this game would think that the ancient book is an item that you have to donate to the museum. And as you can see, I'm running really low on health. Now you'll want to backtrack over to the eastern part of this room so you can access one of the other unexplored parts of the Clozer Woods Subgate. On the eastern side of the room is the other part necessary to create the sniper scope buster part that I told you about. It's the targeting sensor. So now that we have both the targeting sensor and the telelens, we can finally create the sniper scope. So now we're pretty much done with this room. So we can finally leave it. Coming up in just a few seconds, I'm going to show you another room that puzzled me for hours on end. Because there was something so secret that I couldn't even figure out until I looked up an FAQ. Once again, I'd like to point out right there that I just have a compulsive need to blow crap up and basically turn Megaman into the greatest dipwad ever known. Anyways, here's the room that confused me for hours on end. Here's hoping that you have your buster properly upgraded, because otherwise, you're going to be stuck here for a long time. You're going to have to take out these 3 Reaver bots that climb around the floors and the ceilings of this room. Shoot them down with your Mega Buster, and then use your blade arm to attack them. Be careful when these Reaver bots are directly overhead Mega Man, otherwise they may fall down on you, or otherwise drop bombs on you.
Mega Man, I'm seeing something funny on my monitor. It looks like there's a false wall or something. There's probably a secret room in there.
This false ceiling confused me for days, because you can't destroy it with your blade arm or your Mega Buster. So what's the only other thing that you can use to take it down? The Powered Buster, of all things. And with a guidance unit, you can create the Active Buster special weapon. If you're willing to waste time by grinding money to upgrade the Active Buster, it can definitely become the most powerful weapon ever. But just you wait and see. I'm going to show you a really good example of why you wouldn't want to max it out. And it definitely has nothing to do with the fact that the weapon could possibly be just as broken as another weapon. But just a heads up, use whatever money you have now, and if you want, grind all the money you need to fully max out the Active Buster. Once you've opened the main gate, there's not going to be a way for you to effectively grind money. The first thing I suggest you upgrade is the energy. Should you choose to grind money for this weapon, that energy should be your #1 priority. But get this, you're going to have to grind up to 990,000 Zenny to completely max out the energy to infinity. If you do that, you're insane. But you know what? The cost for energy pales in comparison to what it takes to completely max the Active Buster out. If you want to max the active buster out, you're going to need 1,760,000 zenny. If you choose to max the active buster out, then I have to congratulate you on wasting your life. Anyways, once you've switched to the power buster, go back to this room, and once you've taken out the Reaver bots inside, take aim at the cracked ceiling and blow it away with a shot from the power buster. Be sure that you use the targeting button, R2, to do it. And as you can see right there, the Reaver bot just defied the laws of physics and didn't fall to the floor. He just walked on open air. That's an example of how much more effective it is to not have lock-on enabled. And just beyond this door lies the last ID card. Right here, Roll's gonna bring up an interesting question.
Hey, Megaman. Have you ever wondered where the Reaver bots came from? I mean, who made them and why? You know, we go around doing digs all over the place, but is it right? It's almost like stealing. Megaman! I'm picking up 3 Reaver bots close by. Watch out!
While Roll does have a point, let's be realistic. It's not like the Ancients are gonna come back to life and completely screw society over as zombies. But then again, that's an argument for another day. Anyways, all these dog-like Reaver bots are all alike. They'll breathe fire at you and try to ram into you. All you can do is just run away, wait for them to line up in a straight line, take aim, and shoot them with your powered buster. That's all there is to it. So this would definitely be the powered buster's fight. After horribly misusing it in the fight with a Balkan Galad. But in case you're that obsessed with the Reaver bot names, these Reaver bots are called Karumuna Bash. Just remember to keep circle strafing around them. You'll get to fight Karumuna Bash when you're getting towards the end of the game. Not in a group of 3, but just one-on-one. But when you face these guys mano-a-mano, they're not as threatening as they would be in a group.
I'm not picking up any more Reaver bot signals. I think it's safe.
Now all that's left to do is claim the final ID card and activate the main gate. But guess where we are? We're right next to the generator. But sorry, no, there wouldn't have been a way that we could jump on top of the generator and just get easy access to this floor. No, we have to go through the hard way. I have to say, this is trolling at its finest. Going through one boss fight just to get an ID card that's in the same room as another ID card. Now that you have all 3, head back to the control room and open the main gate.
This is it. Once I'm inside the main gate, we should be able to figure out why the Reaver bots activated like that. But how come I can read these ancient letters?
Well, if you have any thoughts about grinding for the active buster, you better do it now, because you're sure as heck not going to be able to do it in a quicker place like the Lake June Subgate. But you might think it's strange and have a bit of an uneasy feeling that opening the main gate was all too easy. No gigantic Reaver bots, no Bond Pirates, no boss fight, no nothing. You were just easily able to open it. Well, honestly, between grinding and leaving, there's not much else you can do. So that's exactly what we're going to do. We're finally going to leave the Clozer Woods Subgate and finally enter the main gate. While we don't have anything else that Roll can develop for us, we'll at least use the rest of our remaining money to enhance the active buster. Because I sure as heck am not grinding for a total of 1,760,000 zenny. That would take an eternity here in the Clozer Woods Subgate. But if you've been following this guide, upgrade your Rapid to level 2 and your Special to level 2. Don't worry about the attack so much because you already have a pretty powerful weapon. You might want to equip the active buster as well, just as a precaution, because you can never be too careful. But that's all the time we have for today. Stay tuned when we finally leave the Clozer Woods Subgate and finally enter the main gate. See you guys then!